morning and welcome to Daily Briefing. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sarah. August 19th, 2026.
Quick check of the weather here in Parker. 60 degrees Fahrenheit and clear skies right now, heading up to a high of 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Low tonight, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Today we are following major military escalations across the Middle East, soaring long-term borrowing costs impacting global markets, and critical security flaws targeting major software platforms.
It is a dense news day, so let's get into it.
Starting off in Syria, Israeli forces launched an airstrike on a Syrian military airbase to block a planned deployment of Turkish troops.
That is a direct strike aimed at preventing another regional power from positioning forces. What is the immediate concern there?
The main risk is that targeting the base heightens the chance of direct military conflict between Israel and Turkey right inside Syrian territory.
It adds a whole new layer of volatility to an already precarious region. And speaking of Middle Eastern tensions spilling outward, there are new reports regarding Iran's contingency plans.
Insiders say Iranian officials have indicated that military sites within Europe could be targeted if the United States escalates regional conflicts.
That is a massive statement. Targeting sites inside Europe directly links Western security to regional escalation.
Exactly. And it is driving serious geopolitical instability and security concerns across international markets right now.
We are also seeing immediate economic fractures in the Gulf. The United Arab Emirates has officially suspended bilateral trade ties with Iran.
That move came after the UAE stated that Iran fired missiles targeting the Gulf country.
Cut off trade completely over cross-border missile strikes. That poses instant risks to regional supply chains and economic relations in the Middle East.
Meanwhile, looking at health news from the African continent, health data from the Democratic Republic of Congo shows that official Ebola cases have now surpassed 5,000 in the latest outbreak.
5,000 cases is a heavy milestone. Why has containment been so difficult?
Official health data points to ongoing regional logistical and security challenges that make controlling the viral spread incredibly hard.
A serious health crisis amid tough operational conditions. Coming up, we shift to political detentions, early life discoveries, and safety incidents in India.
Turning to regional updates from India, police in Patna detained several key leaders from the Rashtriya Janata Dal Party, including Tedshavi Yadav and Misa Bharti.
Why were they marching toward the Lok Bhawan?
They were leading a protest march against police action taken on student demonstrators, which led to the detentions and escalated the standoff between law enforcement and the state opposition.
Staying in India, scientists made a staggering geological discovery. Layered rock formations found in India show potential signs of microbial life dating back 3.5 billion years.
If confirmed, those layered rock structures would represent some of the earliest physical evidence of biological life on Earth.
That is mind-boggling scale. On a tragic local note from Delhi, a massive CNG cylinder exploded at a filling station.
The blast left one person dead and 6 others injured. Municipal authorities and police have opened an investigation into safety protocols at the facility.
A terrible incident that puts station safety back under the microscope. When we come back, global borrowing costs spike, and the SEC drops a surprise crypto rule.
Moving to finance, long-term borrowing costs across major economies have surged to fresh multi-year highs.
How high are we talking?
The 30-year U.S. yield touched 5.33%.
5.33% on the 30-year is huge. What is driving rates up so fast?
Markets are feeling the squeeze from persistent high inflation, mounting government debt, and the massive capital investments required for AI infrastructure.
Inflation is hitting consumers directly in Europe too. In the United Kingdom, energy bills drove annual inflation up to 2.9% in July, the highest rate in 4 months.
Right, gas prices spiked, which forced a rise in the household energy cost cap and pushed overall consumer prices up.
Over in the United States, regulatory news took a sharp turn. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission announced a major new proposed rule for digital assets in a surprise decision.
It is a draft rule designed to establish a safe harbor for digital tokens, stopping them from automatically being classified as investment contracts.
That is a significant shift in oversight. Why did the SEC step in with this proposal now?
They're stepping in because the broader CLARITY Act remains stalled in Congress. So the agency is attempting to provide regulatory certainty on its own.
Meanwhile, crypto firms are pressing ahead with traditional financial offerings. Ripple raised $275 million to build out a U.S. prime brokerage platform for institutional clients.
That capital lets them expand their suite of traditional financial services powered by digital assets to meet heavy institutional demand.
On the risk side of crypto, cross-chain liquidity protocol Maya Chain had to temporarily pause its entire network after an exploit.
Attackers stole an estimated $1.7 million in CACAO tokens, causing the protocol's native token to plunge nearly 89%.
An 89% drop overnight really illustrates the ongoing vulnerability in these protocols. Up next, major hardware releases, space milestones, and critical software vulnerabilities under active attack.
Turning to technology, CISA added 4 critical vulnerabilities to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog due to active exploitation in the wild.
Which systems are affected?
The flaws impact Apple macOS, Microsoft SharePoint, vCenter, and Microsoft IKE.
Active exploitation means enterprises and federal agencies need to patch those 4 targets immediately to prevent serious network compromises.
Speaking of security concerns, researchers at Varonis uncovered 3 vulnerabilities in Microsoft Copilot Personal, dubbed Co-Snitch.
Co-snitch sounds alarming. How does the exploit work?
A single click by a user can silently exfiltrate private data from connected apps through the consumer AI assistant.
That highlights a massive authorization and privacy risk when linking personal data to consumer AI tools.
On the physical surveillance side, Wired reported on leaked source code for vehicle surveillance firm Flock Safety.
Flock Safety makes tracking systems, right? What did the code reveal?
The code shows new AI software that can identify individual drivers and track vehicles based solely on movement patterns.
That directly contradicts their previous public claims that their system could not track individuals. That is going to spark serious privacy debates.
In hardware releases, Cerebras announced the CS-4, a massive rack-scale AI inference system.
What kind of specs are we looking at inside the CS-4?
It uses 3WSE-3 turbo wafers per unit and promises up to 30 times faster inference performance over standard GPUs for enterprise large language model workloads.
30 times faster for inference is a massive jump. In open source developer news, the Mojo programming language is officially fully open sourced.
Right. Modular was acquired by Qualcomm, and they have now opened up the AI-focused systems language so developers can inspect, modify, and build on it freely.
Moving to space tech, Chinese aerospace company Landspace achieved a major rocket recovery milestone. They successfully landed the first stage of their Zhuke-3 rocket after its second orbital launch.
Reusable boosters are crucial for orbital launch economics, so that is a big step forward for Landspace.
Finally, in tech, Apple released new structural policy changes for developers operating within the European Union to comply with regional regulations.
The updates alter app distribution models, store fee structures, and browser engine restrictions across the EU.
Coming up, sports news and honoring a rock legend.
In sports, tennis star Nick Kyrgios has been provisionally suspended from competitive play on the ATP Tour.
What brought on the suspension?
He received the provisional suspension after testing positive for cocaine, pending further inquiry.
Turning to golf, LIV Golf is heading into its season finale while facing some tough operational headwinds.
They're dealing with reduced prize money allocations alongside ongoing legal challenges and regulatory friction as the season wraps up.
Lower purses and courtroom battles definitely make for a tense backdrop to a season finale. In legal news, the trial surrounding Tupac Shakur's 1996 killing continues to face major hurdles.
Lawyers presented a full narrative account of the murder in court, but key witnesses are still refusing to take the stand to testify.
Decades later, uncooperative witnesses still hamper high-profile cold cases.
And lastly today, we remember Frank Beard, the longtime drummer for the iconic rock band ZZ Top, who has passed away at the age of 77.
77 years old. His rhythmic work in that legendary boogie rock trio defined an entire era of American music.
It really did. His legacy with the band will definitely live on. From shifting geopolitical lines to rapid changes in tech and finance, keeping perspective on the big picture remains key today.
Thanks for listening to Daily Briefing, and we will see you tomorrow.
Take care, everyone.